Good afternoon, Facebook. This is Dr. DeWanda Owens coming to you with a ABC nugget again today. As I was pondering on the letter F for today, and God began to deal with me about the fugue state, and then He began to tell me about a lot of it is caused by fear. How are you? Good. And then He began to tell me that it's time for us to get delivered and come out of fear. And as He was dealing with me regarding fear, He began to tell me that even the way we dress and the colors that we pick for ourselves represent our confidence, our self-esteem, or the lack of. And so some of us, we find it hard to come out of the neutral colors. We find it hard to come out of the beige. We find it hard to come out of the black. We find it hard to come out of just the basic red. We find it hard to come out of the basic colors. So when the Lord began to deal with me, He talked to me about stepping out of the box. And so He brought me into a store and told me to go shopping. And as I'm going shopping, I'm looking at some of the things that some of the colors by faith and by the Spirit of God that He's telling me that we need to use to sound off and to make our mark and to say that we are free, we've been delivered, and we are here. We are not being hidden, but rather we're coming out. And so I want you to go shopping with me today. And we're going to pick out some things that sound off. So I'm in a store called Cato Fashion, and it's a store that a lot of us do visit. I'm going to point out some things that I already have so that you'll know where I am and where I'm going with this, that God is talking to us about fear. He talked to me about the food state of mind. Well, you know how we want to not remember the traumatic events that we went through, and because we don't want to remember the traumatic events that we went through, sometimes we try to hide, and the reason why we try to hide is because we're in a place of fear. And so that fear is demonstrated by how we dress and the colors that we wear. And so a lot of times we don't understand the basic black, the basic brown, the basic beige. All of those basic colors help us to hide what we're dealing with. And it expresses how we actually feel. And so I want you to see something that God began to show me about my wardrobe and how I dress. I am not I'm not one that dresses. I don't like to show my legs. I don't like short dresses. I just started showing my arms. But God began to deal with me about these colors that I wear. And so we're going to defeat the enemy today. And we're going to not be fearful and not be so fragile that we're afraid of coming out. So I want you to see something that I've already got. This blouse is already part of my wardrobe. This blouse is already part of my wardrobe. This common beige is already part of my wardrobe. So I'm coming out of those type of things because I'm not fearful of what colors I can wear. You know how we say, oh, those don't go good with my eyes. That doesn't go good with this. This doesn't go good with that. Well, I'm looking for colors like this now. I'm looking for colors that are going to help people to know that I'm free, I'm healed, and I'm delivered. So I encourage you today, stop wearing the basic beige that you can fit with anything. Stop wearing the basic white that you can fit with anything. Stop wearing the basic blacks that you can kind of get in with anything. The basic blue, just the basic colors. These are called safe places in our mind. But God says that this is the day that you don't have to walk in fear. You can walk in freedom. And as you're walking in freedom, you have the freedom and liberation to wear whatever color you like. And so we're going to change up some things, because it talks about who we are. It tells others who we are. If you're one that always wear the basic colors and you don't want anything else happening, you don't want no action in your clothes, you don't want no action in your appearance, you don't want anything about your appearance to say, look at me, you could be in a possible state of fear. And you need to get delivered out of that state of fear. You need to come on and get something that's loud, get something that speaks volume, and then start walking in that volume. And as you walk in that volume, you'll get more comfortable in that volume. You'll get more contentment in that volume, and you'll be able to tap into who you really are. And so I wanted to come on and talk about, because our letter today to speak on is fear. It's F. And we talked about the folks' state of mind, but a lot of that comes from, we go into this shell because we're fearful. We're fearful to be seen. We're fearful to be heard. We're fearful to be noticed. Not everybody is that, but most of us, we are that. And so in your understanding and your meditation tonight, meditate on this word. Come out of those places of fear and walk into liberation and freedom. God bless.